What are your plans to ring in 2014? Well, if you have no plans or they're really lame and you're looking for something fun to do, you'll want to pay attention. First Night is a 12-hour family-friendly festival of the arts in Northampton that gives you a chance to ring in the new year in the middle of entertainment, arts, and festivity. Penny Burke is the executive director of the Center for the Arts and producer of First Night. She's here to give us a first look at December 31st. Penny, thank you so much for telling us all about this. Before we even get started about the fun things planned for December 31st, talk about the transition that last year maybe the Center for the Arts thought that they weren't going to produce First Night anymore, but you guys are back in the saddle this year. Talk about the work that goes into that.
That's right. Despite the fact that we wanted to share the opportunity to produce Northampton's longest running and most popular signature event, nobody wanted us to let go of it. It was a groundswell of support, so we had to continue. I make a little joke. The truth is we had been doing it then that was the 28th First Night. This is our 29th. And we are a very small community arts organization. And so in a way, the burden of the production was falling on a very few people. And some of us had a kind of a sense that maybe it was getting stale and it could use an infusion of life. But you know, it turned out that everybody just loved it the way.
Nobody wanted you guys to give it up. They're like, no,
nobody
you're
wanted
stay.
us to give it up. No, it's true. So after a couple of months and some conversations with really some of our kind of like partners in the city and corporate partners and other organizations, we decided that, you know, kind of with their help and renewed support, we would go ahead and do it again. So,
and people don't realize what goes into producing such an event like this. It's not just like December 31st, you wake up and it just puts itself on by itself. Talk about the hard work, the months of preparation that goes into this.
Well, we start actually at the end of May of the previous year, because the first thing is that performers, and we do have literally, I counted, we have over 50 different just musical performing groups. It doesn't count dancers or comic groups or something different. We probably have about 80 of them. So the performers who are really interested in what they might be doing for First Night are looking to put in applications and wanting to make plans. So we begin by posting an application on our website, and during the late spring and summer, we are reviewing them. And so by the time we actually get to Labor Day, we pretty much have a set performance roster. At the same time, we're trying to fundraise our sponsorship dollars to help pay for the performers. So that's what we're doing early on. And then once we get past Labor Day, we really do hit the ground running. And now after Thanksgiving, especially a late Thanksgiving,
yes,
we're racing. We're racing.
And you're almost there. What are some of the final preparations that have to take place before December 31st?
Oh, many. Most of them have to do with this little baby right here. It's a First Night button, and the way First Night works is this button is your entrance to all of the events in all of the venues. So what we really focus on, besides the obvious, which is publicity, is buttons getting out to the places where they're sold. Buttons are sold online, buttons to sponsors, buttons to some of the performers. So basically getting those things out, getting the posters out. Today, we just completed the kind of the full roster of information about the performances on our website. So most of this last month is publicity, buttons, actually a lot. Okay. Technical, logistics of all of the venues. We have 22 venues. Wow. So it's touching base with a lot of people during a time of the year where people are busy, yes, because of Thanksgiving and Christmas, so it's challenging.
Talk about some of the performances, the events. When somebody has a button, what can they experience?
Oh, well, they can really experience a lot, and I am going to really seriously recommend firstnightnorthampton.org is our website. Take a look at it, descriptions and pictures of everything. In the afternoon, we focus on children, but by no means are all venues performances for children. We really have a lot of all-adult venues, but we have I always hate to start naming specifics because then I'm going to forget somebody. But you know, certain popular performances. We open with a circus group at the Academy Show Circus Studio is doing a performance of a new rendition of a piece that they do called Valve, a New World Circus. Following that, we have kind of a family parade. And then between 2 and 6, we have at least a dozen venues, all types of children's performers, Ed the Balloon Man and Hoopo the Clown, and we have Paintbox Theater for children, that kind of thing. We have loads of all music venues. We have 2 45-minute sets of dance at the Academy of Music. Of course, one of Northampton's most popular performing groups, the Young at Heart Chorus, does one show only at John M. Green, which is a 2,000-seat venue at Smith College. So plenty of seats for everybody. That's just a tiny bit. I mean, it's
just a glimpse into it, and then it gets slowly.
Well, it's
later.
a glimpse. What happens is that we stop the shows at 5:45. And then we have a break, and there are fireworks at 6:15 that are set off from the top roof of the parking garage in downtown. And then we pick up again at 7. We go until 11. We used to go until 11:30, but Northampton has a busy, I'll interrupt myself. I should say, first night is a family-friendly and a non-alcoholic event. However, because Northampton does have a very vibrant club scene, sometimes people like to take a little break at around 11 o'clock before.
We're not condoning that, but if it happens,
right?
It happens.
But,
okay.
And then at around 11:30, quarter to 12, everybody gathers down on King Street where they've roped off this huge space in front of the Hotel Northampton, and we have our iconic raising of the ball. So it really is a 12-hour. First night itself is a 12-hour party, but it's New Year's Eve. I mean, as much as I want to say that everybody who comes to Northampton comes to go to first night, some of them come for a nice meal and, you know, for an evening out, and we all get to kind of share in the spirit together.
And I'm sure after first night is done, you drop into bed and you don't wake up for the whole entire year because you've got to recuperate from all this hard work you've been putting into it.
Just about. I mean, it does take, I have to say, undoing first night, people don't realize that. Undoing first night takes about a week, believe it or not. Going around to all of those venues and pulling everything out that's been in there. But I mean, overall, it's when it's midnight, for me, that's over.
The best part. That's the best part.
That's the best part.
Penny, for coming on board and telling us about this first look into first night. I can't wait to go.
Thank you.